Hi everybody, this is Ms. Pakazang from GSE Academy. Today we're going to talk about Intermediate 1, one of the books that we could not finish because of COVID. Let's talk about it. The book that we're going to talk about is Amazing Magnetism, Chapter 1 through 3. Let's take a look at the cover page. When you take a look at the cover page, let's see what comes to your mind. Yes, you can see some paper clips, nails, and all the metallic stuff stuck on the bus. Now, how do magnets work? Yes, magnets attract the different pole or repel the same pole. Let's say that you have a south pole and a north pole. They're the opposite, so they're trying to attract, like pulling each other. But if it's a repulsion, like if they're repelling each other, they're in the same pole and try to push each other. And this is a characteristic about the magnets or we're going to talk about the vocabulary for chapter 1 through 3 and the keywords for chapter 1 through 3. If you take a look at the vocabs in here, we have the one attract, attractive, attraction, magnet, magnetism, magnetite, magnetic, magnetize. And we have the word stick, experiment, observation, fortune telling, iron fillings, stroke, temporary, and indignantly. If you take a look at the one for number 1 and 2, we can see the different part of speech. We see the verb, we see the adjective, we see the noun. For the magnet, we have the nouns, adjectives, and the verbs. So it's important for us to know the part of speech for each word and try to differentiate them. For this part over here, please find the story sentences and write them down. Let's talk about the keywords. The first keyword is Andrew. Please write who Andrew is and how Andrew is related to the main character named Carlos. And we have a science scavenger hunt. And, well, if I may, I can tell you the page numbers and you can't find about it. So how about try to go to page 6 to find the answer for this. And we have iron and steel. Well, what are the iron and steel? Yes, both are metals. And then what do the metals do with the magnet? Yes, that's what you can find it out. So you can either find the answer from page 7 through the 8. Let's talk about the magnetite. Magnetite is a one that you can find from page 11. And about Chinese, you can also find the information on page 11 on how Chinese were thinking about magnetite or the stone called loving stone. And we have a temporary magnet. How can we make a magnet for a second or for a few minutes? Just a temporary. That's what you can find. And I think you can find the answers on the pages, which I'm not going to tell you. And there is an iron fillings. These iron fillings are the one that you can find it from. Let's see. Oh, for temporary magnet, you can find it from page 16. For iron fillings, you can find it from, same thing, on page 16. For Adam's domain, this can be chosen or found from chapter, yes, 18 or 19. Please understand my handwriting in here. And there's a magic school bus. Well, the keys in the magic school bus, they're going to go somewhere. Where are they going and why? Please write about that. Now, let's talk about a comprehension. The first one is, who was Andrew? Well, I was telling you how Andrew is related to the main character, Carlos, right? And how did Carlos not want to think about spelling B last year? It seems like that there was something bad thing happened to Carlos, right? So trying to write that down. For the boxes over here, you have to write the page numbers and please write the complete sentences. For next assignment, you have to fill this out and then I'm going to share the answers. Then you have to see the answers and check it, take a picture and send it back to me. We have a comprehension in detail and here it says he'd correctly spell the word that I missed, attraction. Okay. This is connected to the question 2 in comprehension. So if I may say that in Korean, it will be 그는 올바르게 스펠링을 적었다. 그 단어 that I missed. 내가 놓친 것. And what's the word for that? Yes, it's the attraction. Now, when you are trying to translate them into Korean, it's better to put slashes to put them into the smaller pieces or the chunks. So others were trying to pick up stuffs like paper and rubber bands, but it wasn't working, of course. This is how you're going to do. Try to do the rest of it from A3 up to A8. You have to fill this out, send a picture, then I can check it for you. Now, let's take a look at the wrap-up. In this wrap-up page, we're going to talk about the scavenger hunt, questions from number 1 through 3. So let's review the questions in here. The first one. A magnet picks me up. A magnet holds me high. I'm not paper, wood, or rubber. I'm not plastic. What am I? Yes, it's the metals. And magnets attract metals. Next one. We look the same as rocks, but we don't act the same. Okay? They're like rock, but they don't act like rocks. We are natural magnets. Can you guess our name? Yes, it was a loving stone or called magnetite. Not all magnets start on the ground. Not all magnets have to be found. What will be the answer for this? Yes. Well, if you try to stroke a needle with a magnet in one direction, then the needle can become a magnet. So let's say that you have a paper clip and you have a magnet. You try to stick it. Stroke it. Stroke in one direction. What would happen to the paper clip? Yes, it will become a magnet. So that's how you're going to make a magnet. Well then, try to read chapter 1 through 3 for next time. And then on next session, we're going to talk about the chapter 4 through 6. Until then, please finish your sentences and the homework. Bye guys.